Hey, how you doing? I'm going to show you different ways to carry a paddleboard. There's a few different ways to do it, and it all depends also what type of board you have, also on what type of strength you have, and there's a few tools you can use as well to make your life a lot easier for carrying gear. First way to carry a board is called a suitcase carry. That's the most common way that you see, and that's going to be used using the middle handle of the board here. And it's nice to also, when you're looking for gear, to find a handle that's comfortable. The handle here is called a ledge handle. My hand goes inside. That's a really comfortable way to carry a board for a long distance. The inflatable has a cloth handle, which is also very comfortable, and you can move your hand around a little bit more on that. This board has a long kind of string here, or rope, and this is a touring board, and if I have different type, if I have weight in the back or weight in the front, the board's going to tilt, and I can adjust my hand on the rope here, which is a really nice thing. You can also buy third-party attachment handles for any board that can be attached, whether inflatable, wood, or otherwise. And some of them are long strips like this, which will give you more options to work with. So the most basic type, again, is called a suitcase style. And so I'm going to lift up the board in the middle here. This is a fiberglass board. That's a suitcase style. So you basically, it's like having a suitcase. My paddle will go in my free hand here. If it's windy and the board is moving around in the wind, I can grab, if I have bungee on the front, or in this case I have these loops, I can hold, if my arm is long enough, I can hold that up front and prevent, with the paddle under my arm, prevent the board from moving around too much. I have been in high wind scenarios where it's been so strong that the board's been up like this with the wind going that way. It's kind of not your best scenario, but it works. So this is suitcase style. Another way to carry a board is on your shoulder, and this really only works if your board isn't too heavy, or you might have an inflatable, or it takes a little bit of practice. In this case, my foot is under the middle of the board, which is allowing for a balance point to find the middle. I want to reach down and bend my knees to protect my back. Lift it up, and I got it up here like that. So the board's against my head, it's against my shoulder. You can see my hand over here, and I'll help carry my paddle over here. And this is ideal for a really long carry to the beach, and or if I have a large board like this, which is pretty heavy to carry with suitcase style. So if it is windy and the wind's coming from this direction, I might put my paddle under my arm, or while hold it with my hand, I also can grab up to my rail here and hold on so the board doesn't loft above my head. I generally don't put the board on top of my head like that, because if it is windy, the board can actually take me off the ground. It's also, in this particular board, it's kind of heavy at the moment, and the little bead on top of my hat doesn't feel particularly good, but some people prefer this method. Another way to lift up a board is this way, from the back, walking it forward, try to find the middle. Feels like the middle about right there, and then lifting it back up from there. That's another way to lift up a board. And put it back down the same. And if you do have a fiberglass board, you want to put it down nice and carefully, as I'm doing here. Inflatable, same sort of thing. Sometimes some inflatables like this one has a middle handle, also one down here as well. Again, you got the bungees here. If the board's moving around, I can grab these in the wind. But nice thing about inflatables, if you drop it, it's not a big deal. So, and it's that. And if I want to pick up a really big board, like a 16-foot board like this one, then I tend to go on this side. This is my favorite side. Lift that up, find the balance point under my foot there, and lift it up like that. And that's generally how I carry this board, because it's so big. Again, a big board like this under my arm doesn't feel so hot. It's a lot of weight. Putting that down carefully. Thanks for watching.